Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 in the European Challenger Cup Week 2. Agilitas 1-0 up after Game 1. They're facing off against Potato Boys, and once again, Agilitas are going to be first pick, and they're going to ban away Zhong Kui.
Same bans as last game, so I mean it's same ban as last game so far. No reason to change anything for Agilitas. It went exactly as they planned. Mercury immediately banned away from Potato Boys. So like, alright, Ataraxia, you're not gonna play Merc. We want you on a real hunter.
Yep, it looks like they want him to go on a real hunter, so that's going to be taken away. However, maybe they'll go for a Freya hunter role, you never know. Back over to the Potato Boys for what they're going to take away. They took away Nuwa last time, if I remember correctly. Will they do the same thing again? I'll leave that one available on the table, and Agilitas with the options of gods available to them. They're really thinking about this one, though.
Yeah, definitely taking some time. You know, and the question is, do they go for the counter bans? Or, like, based on the last game, or do they go for standard? I mean, the thing is, like, it really could be anything. What would you ban last game? I guess Chalk, actually.
I don't know if Chuck is going to be one of those bans that I'd want to. I mean, realistically, would you want to? This is interesting, though. What's going to actually happen here? Potato Boys chose not to ban Kret. They chose not to ban this one out whatsoever. So they're leaving a lot on the table.
Yeah, comes down to admin discretion, but it looks like they want Afro to be banned. So that ban is going to be Aphrodite. Afro. Yeah, that ban is going to be Aphrodite.
Okay. So, ban to Aphrodite. Now Agilitas with their first option. It's going to be Nuwa picked up. It was left available. They didn't want to deal with Aphrodite there. Obviously, they didn't want to give that one away, so Agilitas get that. Obviously, they don't want Comfrey to have that one as well, so we'll have to see what the Potato Boys choose now that Nuwa's been picked up. Will they go for Agni again? I think the Agni pick's great for Aero. Why would you not pick it for him one more time?
I mean, yeah, it's just kind of his best character. I like the Circuit. I mean, adapting's really good. Circuit is really good, so the synergy should be really good. Apollo for Suntouch is also definitely something that could be very, very strong. Apollo just brings so much to the table.
Now, we have seen Proxy play Circuit in the solo lane as well earlier on in the tournament. I don't know if he'd run it this time round, but that is an option the Potato Boys have available. Now, Suntouch going back to the Apollo, we've seen him on Armis and Ram so far, but we know he can play an Apollo as well. We've seen it before. Agilitas, though, going to hover over their support here and choose the priority onto Athena to go along with that Nuwa. They have another option. Will it be Rama? It looks like it will be. They're hovering on that right now as well.
I mean, we'll see how Ataraxia plays it. I like Rama against Apollo. I think that's really just like, okay, well, you have global presence. I have semi-global presence, and I'm better than you at fighting. And that's just the matchup really coming out between Rama and Apollo. Athena worked out really well for Agilitas last game. Kanye Life just sort of specializes in that character. Question is, what are Potato Boys going to go for next? Thor, and I like it for adapting. I think they just kind of had a bad game.
Maybe so. I mean, once again, they're going to stick with what they've got. They've just changed up Circuit so far in their lineup. And obviously, you're going to see some different picks coming out from this time with the bans coming through that have done. Counterban phase again goes back to Potato Boys. What they don't want to deal with now, they've got junglers they could look to take away here. With Circuit and Thor on the table, this does mean that Circuit's probably going to be in the solo lane here. Or Thor, Kret. It's probably going to be Circuit, though, right?
Circuit is... You know, it's probably solo. We saw Proxy play it before.
Yeah, I expect that. Well, I like that counterban. They're going to ban away Repicas's Chuck jungle this time round. And obviously, you could also go Chuck in the solo lane, so taking that one away. It kind of works on two levels against Agilitas. Hey, Geb taken away from the Potato Boys, so we shot at Dirge there. I guess they want him to go back to that Kumbhakana like last game. Maybe we'll see a Kabrakan. Wouldn't that be good? Wouldn't that be good, Kret?
That probably wouldn't be good. I want to see it. It just...
I want to see it.
I don't think it would be good.
I agree. I totally agree. Well, Agony picked up for the Potato Boys. It wasn't counterbanned away. Aero's going to get that God one more time in mid lane, just leaving the support for the Potato Boys left for them to pick up. And it's back to Agilitas for their final two picks. They need a solo laner or a mid and a jungler here at this stage of the game, unless they're going to do some shenanigans and send Athena into the jungle, possibly.
I mean, they could do a lot there. Nemesis picked up, so probably going to be Athena in that support role, Nemesis in the jungle. Nemesis is just really a standard jungler at this point. Ooh.
Prime's Vulcan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. So in the SPL so far, Vulcan hasn't really worked out. Exposed Secret's the only team to take the W with it. And it's actually a team that has a history of Vulcan. I mean, they played with Spoo for, they didn't play with Spoo. I'm totally confused. Yeah, no. But anyway, Vulcan hasn't really worked out too much in the SPL. Prime is probably the biggest name Vulcan player. It's like Prime and Nah.
That's true. That's true.
Nah,
They're both well known.
Nah, I don't think he has played Vulcan in the SPL. Prime isn't in the SPL, so hopefully we'll get to see some explosive play coming out from him. Kumbhakarna once again for Dirges on Potato Boys. What do you think of these drafts?
It's gonna see how Circuit works out in lane against Noir, right? That's how I feel it. Or it could be Vulcan. I need to just double check now that we've got them locked in. Yeah, it's gonna be against Noir in lane, I expect. So, sorry, not against Noir. What am I talking about? Prime's gonna be in mid. Sorry, Circuit's going to be against Noir. Yes, I was right with what I was saying in the first place. Yeah. It's been a long day, I apologise. But yeah, Noir versus Circuit. Noir's got great pushing power. Circuit's going to struggle a little bit with wave clear here. However, she's got kill potential. You know, if she can ambush in onto Noir, she can get a lot of damage down. But the burst back from Noir is, you know, effective. And with Athena being available as well for Noir, it's going to be a difficult task for him to try and bring her down. He's going to get her early game. It's whether he can make it pay off in the later stages with rotations, I feel, to see whether this composition works. On paper, I prefer Agilitas' composition just because they've got a more, I want to say standardized sort of lineup, even though it's a Vulcan mid, you know? I feel like it's a more standardized lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I have to, like, thinking about these compositions, I'm thinking about it if Vulcan does his job. Like, if the mechanics are perfect, or at least adequate, and he's not missing. And then I think Agilitas controls the team fight, but Vulcan's really hard to play. There's definitely room for Potato Boys to get the outplay and win the team fight nonetheless. It just comes down to what level is Pretty Prime playing at today, and if it's a high level.
I mean, if Proxy QQ's on his game today, that's going to be an amazing play to see Circuit in the solo. So, you know, back and forward, I guess, correct? But anyway, guys, that's the picks and bans for this game 2. Agilitas versus Potato Boys. Agilitas 1-0 up. We'll be right back as these guys load in with this second game. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Game 2. Agilitas versus Potato Boys one more time. Agilitas once again going to be beginning on the bottom half of the map, the left-hand side of your spectator UI. We're going to see Ataraxia playing Rama, Pretty Prime in the mid lane playing Vulcan. Confrey's going to be in the solo lane playing Noir. Repikas in the jungle playing Nemesis. And Kanye Life once again playing Athena.
On the other side, it's going to be the Potato Boys, adapting again in the jungle on Thor, Arrow playing Agni in the middle lane, Dirges playing his Kumbhakarna support, Proxy QQ once again solo lane Circuit, and Suntouch this time on his Hunter Apollo. So they feel like the adjustment they needed to make was in the Hunter role. They're putting Proxy back on Circuit, which worked for them earlier on in the tournament. Excited to see what's going to happen. Agilitas, though, I feel like this is their game to win.
Well, one more time, we're going to see Dirges not buy any early wards. And you can see all the early ward coverage coming out from the team is going to be from Agilitas. They've even got 2 more on Kanye Life right now that haven't been placed down. You can see Kanye Life and Ataraxia playing very safe in their own half of the jungle here. I guess it's because they've not seen much vision of enemies from Potato Boys on the right-hand side of the map. So just playing this one very, very safe and close to the chest.
Well, on the right-hand side, Confrey and Pretty Prime are just going to be clearing that camp. They do have the ward, and I just love seeing these early wards on buffs, right? It ensures that Adapting and Proxy are doing what they are supposed to be doing. Yeah.
Which they're actually not. They're going to go for the back harpies. Look at this. Look how scared these two are. Prime and Confrey are scared because you see how long it took them to go for that buff?
Yeah.
Because they thought they were getting invaded on. They backed off and checked the backs to make sure they weren't being rotated on from the mid lane or from the fire giant area. That was a really good decision to back out, but in the end, they've just realized now that they were just doing those back harpies, and that's why they've delayed so long.
In the middle lane, level 1 farm coming out from both mids. Prime with his turret is going to be hitting level 2 at the same time as Arrow. And now his game plan is going to be using the turret and the backfire to harass Arrow and zone him out. Backfire makes the target onto you and just creates a zone of no entry. In the long lane, Araxi is getting a bit of a nice position here, and he's going to be able to get some decent damage on Dirges, who will throw back away along with Suntouch and the moves.
Yeah, early pressure coming out from Agilitas in that dual lane. To be expected in the mid lane, though. A lot of damage coming out onto Aero as he uses the Path of Flames to clear during the early stages, which you're bound to see. He's going to retreat to tower. In the right, though, Adapting might need to watch his position. They're going to eat some poke from the Shining Metal explosion of the clay minions there as the stun connects. But they're still trading backwards and forwards, but he's going in favor of Agilitas on that side for sure right now.
Well, big rotation. Yeah.
Left. Every game.
Every game, they're going to use Hog just to take that one in the middle lane. Prime doesn't really have the zoning potential that you think he would have otherwise. But nice placement of the turret. Arrow could be in a lot of trouble here. Just needs one more hit. Backfire. First blood. Pretty Prime is probably the
right hand side though. Comfrey's gonna go down as Adapting and Proxy QQ go aggressive. Repicas could find a kill or two here if he chose to. What's the target gonna be? He's going for Proxy, who uses the ambush away, but the slow and Adapting's good. But back to tower range he goes. It's a 1-for-1 trade across the map. It goes in favor of Agilitas though, Crep, because of the first blood gold.
Yeah, definitely in favor, but only by about 200. Actually, 300 because of the assist, which is also shared on the first blood gold. So Repicas holding solo lane for Proxy. And honestly, Nemesis is really the character that Repicas excels at. Deathbane is going to go through the shield. Nice use of the poison. That was very, very close. Actually, you know what? Proxy played that wrong. If he did not auto-attack after his poison, Catalyst would have procced and would have gotten him the kill.
The shield coming out from Nemesis as well was fantastic to avoid a lot of the damage from the Deathbane. But yeah, you're right. I mean, double poisons with the Catalyst proc, that would have paid off for him. Adapting, rotating mid, going to find Prime here. They're going to be able to find anything. Nope, Backfire comes out. That's all she wrote, and the push is over and done with there. Adapting choosing not to go aggressive for the time being. So 2.5 minutes in, what can we talk about? Well, Suntouch is going for the Devourer's Gauntlets. Has already been back to base one more time now to pick up some potions. He's going to be level 5, but he's going to be delayed on getting his Devourer's Gauntlets online. He's going to have to go back to base one more time. Meanwhile, Ataraxia at 800 gold right now. Needs about another 600 to be able to get that stacked up. He's going to base 2, so probably Dev Gauntlets 2 for him as well.
Yeah, he's just going to be able to recall for free, and he knows that it's going to basically be no hunter pressure on these mid camps without the big rotation. Nice Earthshaker coming through, Adapting in trouble, will be able to get away. Now Arrow dropping bombs from the sky, interruption on Kanye's dash, but Dirges could be in trouble, throwback to get away. Repicas is here, is level 5, Adapting going up in the air, Suntouch is ulting over. It's going to be onto Prime, and Prime could be in trouble in the middle lane. There's a big split fight coming out. Nu'a ultimate will connect Kanye alive, in trouble, fighting with the help of the Prime turret. Great jukes, able to get away. Dirge's throwbacks into the wall. Bomb comes out, but Dirge is in trouble. Not level 5, does not have his throwback, and will get taken down. Falls asleep, sleeping on the job, dies, and it's a second kill for Agilitas. 2-1.
Second kill. I mean, the rotation in Kanye life just stuck in front of the turret of Vulcan and just carried on beating down damage. They're going to go for the fast Gold Fury one more time with the Athena roll coming in. Arrow's in position this time, though. Only has one bomb available, I think. I think he's got one more available, but are they going to be able to bring it down in time? That's the question. It's going to be close. Potato Boy steal that one. And with Suntouch at the backside, this is a bad fight. Agilitas. The snipes come out from Ataraxia, though, to bring down Arrow. And he gets the final hit on Suntouch. But can they bring anyone down? Will they just back away with the Gold Fury in their pocket? I'm not sure. Right hand side, though, look at this. Proxy's diving onto a very low health Comfrey. Brings him down with the final auto attack. And he might be able to get out of tower range just in time. Yes, he will. 3-2. Gold Fury in favor of the Potato Boys, and they take the lead in gold experience. Not by a lot, though, Crap.
Yeah, I mean, that was the aggressive play coming out from Agilitas, looking to win quickly yet again. They didn't get the Gold Fury. They weren't really prepared, and that's really unfortunate for them. They're not out of this game. 400 experience and 1,000 gold between these two teams at the 5-minute mark. So there's really just a little bit of gold. Could make a difference, but not that much.
Something went wrong on that Gold Fury. Kanye Life had Hog 3.
Yeah.
And he used it early. I don't know what happened there, but he mistimed his Hog, and it did not work out for him. I know for a fact he had the Hog 3 available, because he wouldn't have it online right now. He wouldn't have gone back to base after that fight and bought it. He would have gone for the Midas boot. So he definitely had Hog 3 available, mistimed it, and that just allowed Potato Boys to clean that well. But I think it was Arrow in the end that actually did manage to secure that one for his team.
Yeah, I mean, Arrow played that so well. And that's just really Arrow on Agni, but I think Prime on Vulcan is a very similar situation. He's been doing very well so far. Able to get about 3,000 player damage, roughly doubling the amount Arrow's been able to put out on Agni. Proxy doing a lot too, 2,200.
He's really starting to chunk in this lane. Look at his build as well. He went straight into Hidden Dagger and get boots online. So he bought a little bit of crit just to start off so that Deathbane can crit. And when that opportunity happens for him, crit, that's when you see him go super aggressive. And look at him again. 2v1 goes in, picks up a kill with the ambush. Now he's going to use the last breath, but with Athena coming in, this is certain death for him, 1-for-1 trade. But now on the left-hand side, they're looking to aggressive response, and Prime's in trouble. A lot of trouble as the Groggy Strike does connect the spin away from adapting, and Apollo does a circle victory lap in the air in celebration as Ataraxia now gets attacked once more. Mezzed out as adapting goes to the sky. You're going to see the Astral Barrage used. Thor can't stay in the line much longer, but long enough. Ataraxia didn't wait long enough in the sky. Now he's going to get aggressive under the tower spin to win. And if he would have just sat up there a little bit longer, I guess he didn't see him go up.
Yeah, he didn't know that Thor was in the air, and now trying to get the kill, but Thor's going to be able to recall just in time. Very, very close on touch in lane. Replikas could be able to hold, but I mean, now it's 5-4, 1,500 gold lead, so it's starting to go a little bit more towards the Potato Boys, and they could take what they have and maybe grow this, much like Agilitas was able to grow their lead last game. Agilitas needs to play this right.
Comfrey's in trouble, gets hit by the Cobra's Kiss. The minion's going to buy some time, Shining Metal for the stun, but that's not a lot of damage this time round. Proxy QQ's in a great position with a 2-level lead, and going back to Proxy QQ, Kret, that whole fight that happened on the left-hand side was down to him forcing the Athena rotation as well as Nemesis.
Well, Serket rotating over and just fading into the jungle to see if she can do anything. Prime going solo now. Maybe a lane swap coming out, or maybe he's just covering.
No, I think it's just going to be a cover here overall, or maybe it's not. No, New Wall looks like she's going to float around mid for the time being. I'm down for lane swaps. They don't happen very often, but sometimes when you're in a bad matchup, it's a good idea to try the lane swap, see if you can sort things out, because quite clearly, Comfrey's not happy in the solo lane. He can't deal with the Serket damage. The combo's just too much, and it does look like we're going to have a lane swap for now. Mid lane, though, Adapting needs to watch his positioning. Gets it up, but the blinking from Dirges, and there's a lot of combo to Comfrey. This seems to be the focused target of targets. Throwback belly flop, epic uppercut, dunked as Adapting comes down. Was not the right timing for that one. Force out the Athena ult. Sun Touch in the sky going to come down onto Prime. Out of mana, though, needs to watch his positioning now and just back away for this. As Kanye tries to re-aggress, is he going to be able to find a taunt onto Aero? He does. Can Replikas make them pay? Vulcan ult from the sky only hits onto Dirges, and the trade back in favor of Potato Boys. Everybody survives. Proxy wants more, though.
Yeah, Proxy going aggressive, gonna jump on Pretty Prime. Nice use of beads to get out. Kanye Live repositioning, will get hit by the poison. He's gonna be okay. It's currently 6-4, and 4 of the deaths on the side of Agilitas are Comfrey, having a really rough time. Georgies could be in trouble here. Is going to get taunted back. Wall not going to do enough. Nice mez. The Esther Arrow's coming through. Big bombs over the wall. Arrow does take some damage from that Retribution Shield, taking him dangerously low. Gold Fury not going to respawn soon enough. Oh, it starts flashing. Maybe. This could be good.
This could be good. All the ultimates are down for Potato Boys right now. Obviously, Arrows is up because he's Agni, but the Goldfield's going to be started. Suntouch the only one able to defend this overall. How much can he do against the whole team? He's just going to have to give this one up, really. Yeah. Going to get cut out of position if he tries to say, watch out for the top from Kanye. It'll come. There it is, but it's not enough to bring it down. Hog 3 is going to be available soon. Agilitas get it. Suntouch trying to buy time, though. Does secure himself a kill, which is pretty good against 4 members. Gold Fury does go down, but the pressure in mid at the same time here. They may lose a tier 1 tower, and with the members of Agilitas getting lower here, correct, they could get more, maybe even a tier 1 tower left as well.
That was really weird. Pretty Prime played really far back, and Replikas played really far forward, but one of them was on much lower health than the other, so that was a little bit strange. It will result in mid tower being given up, too much map pressure lost by Agilitas, and the gold, I mean, they make a lot back, but it's still a 1,400 gold difference with that tower going down. Still 2,000 experience and going into the mid game. That's a pretty good lead. Potato Boys have control, and they just need to make that control work for them. Comfrey is honestly the biggest problem here. He's getting destroyed in this solo lane. 0-4-1, hasn't been able to participate globally, just kind of been dying.
Left-hand side, Kanye gets uppercut into the sky, then Make It Rain's land, and Dirges finds himself another kill with a throwback as they steal away the blue buff. But going back, Cret, to what you were saying about, the solo lane of Comfrey, when they tried to switch into mid lane, the whole team just realized that immediately, The whole team went, okay, they've done the role switch, let's just keep focusing Comfrey, because clearly he's the weak link on this team right now with how this game's gone for him.
pause coming out from Kanye Life now, just getting some issues resolved. But let's take a look at what really differentiates these teams. It's 4,000 experience and 2,000 gold at this point. In terms of levels, got 2 levels on the Hunter in favor of Potato Boys, 2 levels on the Jungle. Supports are even. Solo lane 2 levels, and mid is actually 1 level behind. Prime up 1 level.
Prime is up 1 level, but that's because he rotated to the right hand side as well.
Yeah.
You know, soaked up a lot of experience there when Nuwa did die again in that situation. So he's currently 8-4. Kanye with a pause here. Bit of a technical issue. It looks like Aero DC'd is the issue here.
Yeah.
Aero DC'd on the screen right now, but okay.
You know, I think it was just one issue coinciding with another. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, at the same time. So, I mean, with this pause going on right now, and the way the game's been played so far, 1 Gold Fury each, and both times it was Agilitas that initiated that Gold Fury, correct? The first time, obviously, it seemed like a bit of a misplay with the Hog, but the second time round, it went okay, although they didn't respect Suntouch enough and gave him a free kill, and in doing so, he was able to poke them down enough to, bring back some of that gold with that mid tower being available to them as well. What do you need to do as Agilitas here? I mean, you're not that far behind right now. You've got a Nuwa that's struggling a little bit in lane. What's the game plan, so to speak?
It just comes down to textbook playing from behind. So you look at how the Potato Boys are going to go ahead. They can't go for Fire Giant right now. Gold Fury is down for 5 minutes. Their options are to invade jungle buff. Speed comes up in about a minute, so Agilitas needs to be there and needs to be ready to contest. They need to watch out for big rotations from the Potato Boys onto towers, which could be something that the Potato Boys are looking at. We currently see 3 people on the left-hand side, so maybe that tower could be in trouble. And unfortunately for Agilitas, they've got a lot more map pressure on the right-hand side. If they lose that tower, things could start to get a little bit dicey as they lose a lot of map pressure, but it comes down to fighting under the circumstances that befit them. Fight in your situation, not your opponent's situation, and that works out very well for you. Game is unpaused. Left tower
at it.
Left tower is going to be threatened here, and
there's nothing
honestly,
they can really do about it.
Yeah, I think it's dead.
That's going to be sorted out. Adapting on the right hand side, going to try and pressure Comfrey one more time here. He's starting to get his wave clear online now to the fully, so it's going to be very difficult to pressure him under the tower as long as he sits there. Ataraxia turns up to find his tower has been deleted in the left hand lane. Wall coverage at the moment though for Agilitas pretty good, mainly in their own side of the jungle, while Potato Boys wards jamming on the left hand side of this map. Keep an eye on the speed buff going up. They're going left though. Ataraxia's alone, and the Thor to the sky. Ataraxia's going to buy himself some time. He's going to get stunned out. He's going to have to use the Astral Barrage. No, he's not going to get a chance to use Astral Barrage at all. You know why? Deleted.
Dead really quick. Yeah, Pretty Prime coming through in the middle lane, but he's not going to be able to do much about this speed buff invade. And a big part of why this invade is happening is because Ataraxia got cut out. You've got the support on the right-hand side just to try and defend a tower from Circuit, and there's just so little pressure on this map from Agilitas. It's all based around Prime, and he's not even fully rolling yet, so that says a lot for him, but
did Gamja use his ultimate to the right-hand side? Is that what happened? Well, in mid lane, Beads forced out an arrow, but did he use his ultimate? His ultimate's down right now. Did he ult to New War? Is that engagement on the left happened at the same time?
I think he might have.
It seems
but
that way.
I mean, that's just really...
That's good play from Proxy. That's what I'm trying to point out, is that Proxy's forcing an engagement when he knows his team are going aggressive on the other side of the map. If that's the case, that was a really good play that we just missed, unfortunately. Not 100% certain though, but it could have happened.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a kill. So it could have just been a play that's very positional, and there's often positional plays that go simultaneously with engagements for kills. 12 minutes and 3,000 gold, 5,000 experience. I mean, this is starting to become big. It's just scaling up linearly for Potato Boys. They're getting more and more gold, more and more experience in a straight line, and Agilitas need to figure out where Potato Boys are going to go next.
Well, Proxy QQ continuing to farm at level 14 to the level 12 of New War at the moment. You can see the gold difference between the two. New War sat on 5.9k, meanwhile Proxy QQ 7.1k. So a big disparity between that lane. Checking with the Hunters, you can see Apollo pushing in. Suntouch doing a good job of trying to keep the pressure on here. 7,000 gold for him. Ataraxia sat on 6,000 gold, so 1,000 gold disparity between the two. And when that comes to Hunters there, crap, that can make a big difference. Right inside one more time, New War's in trouble. Uses the ultimate defensively as Thor goes goes to the sky. Dunking down on the back of this one, forcing out the Athena ultimate. Have they got the burst to bring him down before Athena gets in? Yes, they do, but Athena does land. Can Vulcan make them pay? No, ambush out of trouble. There's a Deathbane as well that's going to force them back. One more pickup in favor of the Potato Boys.
Now here's the thing. So much pressure is being put onto Confrey. And honestly, Agilitas needed to lose that tower 5 minutes ago. They needed to not have Confrey pushed up so far. They need to have him farm under inner tower because, yeah, he's being pressured, but they have to put him in a situation where he can be safe. Kanye Life diving the tower, does have Repicos here to help him. Divine Judgment onto Dirgius. Probably does have that passive up, no real way to tell. Pretty Prime is in the area and going to be able to zone out with his turret as Proxy head back in.
Suntouch wants to fight. Suntouch wants to fight, and the Tyraxi's just pinged it out, letting him know he knows the call has been made to back out again. Good decision from Suntouch there and the rest of the team to tell him not to come in for that one. The tower was still standing. They were in a position. A lot of the ultimates were already used. They're going to get the blue buff for free, though, Crit on the right side as well now. Continuing the pressure. Repicas needs to watch himself. He didn't realize Proxy was there as well. Instantly dashes away. And I agree with you. I think Confrey needed to lose that tower a lot earlier. Just let that tower fall down and then look to farm safer. Maybe... I mean, they tried the role switch, you know, the switch in terms of positioning already. That didn't seem to work out for them. In doing so, they also lost mid-tower. It's a difficult problem right now.
You know what it comes down to is you just have to last hit under your tower. You just sit there, you watch the creeps die. Proxy, yeah, he'll be able to have some map presence, but... it's not that big of a deal in comparison to what's happening right
going
now.
Out one more time. They're going to try and defend Ataraxia, who's going aggressive. Dirges in a position. They're trying to do the Gold Fury rush. Agilitas get that one. The Vulcan ult doesn't connect with anyone, and Dirges is very weak at the front line. Gets the uppercut off, though. Is anybody going to be able to follow up? It looks like they're going to sacrifice Dirges, or are they? Because Proxy comes in with the Deathbane, doesn't connect as Astral Barrage was used. Dirges being chunked down slowly as Thor went up into the sky to bring down Ataraxia as it landed. And now the turnaround is to Proxy from Repicas. He's out, but the ambush going to buy him some time to get away. Thor jumps out as well. On the backside, Aero very, very low. He's retreating. Repicas still wants this kill in mid, though. He's still chasing, adapting. He feels tanky enough with Kanye behind him as well. That's going to bring down that kill overall. That was a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Agilitas. They may be able to get the tier 1 tower here and close the gold gap to even.
Pretty Prime won that fight for Agilitas. Yeah, his ult didn't connect, but on the left-hand side of the wall that Kanye Life is walking past right now, he was able to zone off Potato Boys from killing Confrey. On the right-hand side of the wall, he was able to chase with his team, do some damage, and help secure those kills. Absolutely amazing play. Pretty Prime. I mean, he really knows this god. It's really fun to watch.
He does. I mean, Vulcan, it's nice to see a good Vulcan player, because it's not often you get to see them, you know? And actually using his kit to its full capacity to an extent. I mean, it's still, his ultimate is very difficult to land, but at the same time, you know, he's making good use of it wherever possible, creating a zoning potential with it. 11-6 now in favor of the Potato Boys, but their gold lead has shrunk, as has their experience lead. The mid-camps, though, both going in favor of Potato Boys, starts to begin the growth once more.
Yeah, I mean, gold is starting to hit the point where it's kind of even, and it really just comes down to the individual differences. So Suntouch has more gold than Ataraxia, so that's going to mean that he has the opportunity to go into more actives. And actually, looking at it, Suntouch is really the gold difference right now, or about half of it. But Ataraxia playing a more damaging hunter might be able to make that up by simply playing a more damaging hunter, right? Apollo needs a bit more gold to be as strong in the fight as Rom. It's just the fact that he has the global ult on top of it that makes it so strong. On the left-hand side, Ataraxia doesn't have any pressure from this team.
Want this
dive
tower.
On the right, yeah.
They want this tower badly. That's what they're looking to bring down. Use the claim and use a 3-man rotation. They need to make them pay for that, though, on the left, and that's what they're looking to do here, correct? 3 members have grouped up this side. You can see the reinforcements of Kanye and Ataraxia pushing into this side to try and defend. Can they do it, though? Because Aero's pushing in mid as well. Repicas is on his way over. Vulcan has recalled as his new war. They're trying to bring this tower down in time. Looks like Ataraxia and Kanye trying to buy time for this one, but a tier 2 for a tier 1 does not pay off in Agilitas' favour. Potato Boys abusing the position. Blinking from Dirges, which actually escaped more than anything. He may have to sacrifice himself here for the good of the team, because the rest of the team needs to back away from this one. Dirges still caught out of position. Suntouch trying to support him. Maybe this was a bad call, maybe this was a good one. Ataraxia does bring down Dirges. Now the rest of the team is down. Doesn't connect. Oh, it does on Aero.
Yeah, that was huge, and now Rom's up in the air. 1 hit, 2 hit, taken down the taunt to help, but it wasn't needed as Ataraxia had that one on lock. And
but what did they do? The right-hand side, Proxy QQ stays here.
They do the fire giant.
Well, he's trying to do a tier 2 tower here. His proxy, they could go for the fire giant, but Thor's online. Suntouch is still alive too. I don't think he's going to be able to get this down in time before Comfrey gets here. Gonna have to jump away with the ambush for now, but the pings are going down about the Gold Fury now. Proxy should be aware of it. Suntouch split pushing. I'd trade fire giant for a Phoenix here.
This is great. So first of all, they have to come back, but they've got Nemesis, an auto attacker. They've got Proxy jumping into the mix, and Proxy's gonna be able to get the poison onto Pretty Prime. Suntouch comes down, Adapting will fall as well. Now Suntouch is the sole remaining member of Gamja in this fight.
Oh, the
Potato
knockback.
Boys. Nice knockback from Pretty Prime. Damage coming out onto Sun. He wants to kill on Ataraxia against the Mez, but Ataraxia is able to use the minions from the buff to stay alive. They don't get the Fire Giant. They get 3 kills instead. The Soul Lane, the Soul Lane Inner Tower is going to stay alive. Gold, 1,200 in favor of Potato Boys. That play was huge.
What I'm thinking there, is the fact that what I probably would have considered a better option for Potato Boys would be to stall the Fire Giant as long as they could. Use the mobility of Circuit and Thor to poke in more than anything, and allow Suntouch to free farm that left-hand side and try and get that Phoenix down. If they got the Phoenix in trade for a Fire Giant, I would have been okay with that.
FG
but
again.
Now, they're going to go for FG one more time. We've got respawns for a few more seconds. Dirge is now waiting in the rings. Dirge is going to get zoned out so he can't blink by Prime. That's a good play from him. His turret's just doing the work for him. Now Dirge just gets aggressive as he tries to get in there deep. The Yawn lands the uppercut. Potato Boys get a Fire Giant. Dirge goes into passive form, pays with his life, but he does secure it. Iroh goes in deep too and dies, but 3 members going to pick up the Fire Giant for Potato Boys. That was a good play, all in all. Maybe Iroh sacrificed himself as his Dirges, but was it worth it? I'd say so.
It was definitely worth it. So a few things happened there. First of all, the play from Vulcan to zone was really good because his damage to the single target is on his turret. He can just drop that and help out. And it was a really good FG call in general because Agilitas have so much auto attack damage. Nemesis is an auto attack character. Obviously, Ram is an auto attack character. Vulcan has the turret. That's basically an auto attack you can drop. Gold Fury has been pulled, but then also Nuwa just has high attack speed for a mage. Blink in from Pretty Prime. It looks like Repikas wants to fight. Proxy's going to jump away with the ambush. Dash in. Taunt. Beads used. Proxy will have the reset off of those. He's going to be able to get away with his Death Bane. Here's the thing. Kanye Life only just finished his Magi's. I don't believe he had it for that. Or maybe Dirge's purged it, but either way, Dirge's just kind of hit him with the epic uppercut and was like, right, well, this is mine, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, we're in this sort of situation. That's Suntouch going to get chased down. He does have his ultimate available. He could probably pop it now, but if he waits too much longer, he could get aggressed on. Actually, he's going to pop the sprint and back away, realizing they're not continuing to chase for now. 13-11 in favor of Agilitas in terms of kills. Gold 2.7k to Potato Boys, 3,000 experience, and 3 members still have the Fire Giant online for now. Will they look to pressure down these last tier 2 towers and allow Suntouch to split push, or will you look for a team fight here, Chris?
Yeah, you know, I don't really know what they're gonna do with this Fire Giant. They definitely have options, and it's definitely gonna make a difference, but it's not on Arrow, and Arrow's a big deal right now. He's the highest damage of his team. Proxy QQ the second highest damage, probably just because he was smacking the hell out of Comfrey all game. So one of the very important members didn't get the buff, and I think it's just going to be a 4-in-1 call, which is something that Dirges is very used to.
Well,
so it'll be interesting.
Keep an eye on the left-hand side. Suntouch going to continue pressuring, realizing that Taraxia is here. The pings have gone down onto Suntouch to say where he went, just so the team knows where he's going to ultimate across. Suntouch keeping his options open. Ataraxia going to back to base, right-hand side. The minions are slowly starting to filter in from Potato Boy. Suntouch has stayed left, going to continue the pressure. Ataraxia has to make a call here. As 4 members try and defend this tier 2 tower that is pretty low on health. Kanye going to regress in, turn onto Adapting, forcing out beads, but there goes Proxy with the Death Bane strike. He takes a lot of burst and Prime brings him down. Blue Wall goes to the sky to poke some damage now. Suntouch is going to turn up soon, and there we go as he comes in. But Repikas secures 2 kills. Dirges takes out 1. Astral Barrage on the backside only finds 1 snipe, not 3. Repikas is doing work in this fight for his team. He finds a double as Ataraxia now turns up here. Suntouch surrounded, does bring down the damage dealer that was Repikas, but can Ataraxia and Kanye Life bring down Suntouch? They should be able to. Sprint should be off cooldown soon for him. He's going to try and back away, realizing he can't really fight. 1 more taunt should be enough. Right, uses the moves to get away and just continue the chase. That was not a good fight for the Potato Boys.
No, it was not a good fight at all because they didn't even get the tower. And what it came down to was Proxy used his ultimate in a team fight. Suntouch in trouble, does get caught
Does
out
get caught.
and will fall. Great play from Kanye Life, gets the deicide. Yeah, Proxy used a team fight in the middle of the enemy team. It kind of just got exploded by Pretty Prime because it's essentially the same thing as Arachne's Drain Life. You're on their head, you're standing still, and you're an assassin with real quick 2,000 health and very low protections. You're dead.
Repicas used Divine Judgment and then one backfire and Meatball from Pretty Prime. That was all she wrote for Proxy QQ there. Couldn't get the damage off in time. I guess he was looking for the big Death Bane crits. Didn't seem to find them enough to burst anyone down, and that fight was just not good for Potato Boys, especially when they had 3 members with Fire Giant. Kanye Life engaged and forced the beads off of Thor as well. And with Suntouch rotating in, he didn't really manage to get anything either. They weren't low enough to really allow him to clean up the fight for them overall. So Agilitas, well played by them. They're at a deficit still in terms of golden experience, but if you look at the stats, that gap is closing, and with the Fire Giant coming online, this is still anyone's game.
It's still anyone's game for sure. Agilitas actually have the advantage in terms of kills. Potato Boys, though, have been controlling objectives. Oh man, Durgies, it makes me so proud. I also love the Emerald Talisman pickup right here on both of the supports. Gonna give them the sustain they need. They can take the poke, and they certainly will, as there's a lot of poke. You've got an Agni, and you got a Vulcan. Vulcan's honestly like the other great poke mage.
Well, there's a lot of burst on both these teams, but the one thing there isn't is sustain, and that's what's needed for support's most part to stay in the fight for longer as the game goes on. Taunt used onto Durgis, forcing off the Medjais for now, and now they're going to look to aggress onto the Fire Giant and try and get the ward placements down. Groggy Strike was used by Durgis there, didn't actually manage to find the route, so the Medjai still stands on Kanye for the time being. As ward coverage, the ward battles rage on right now between the two teams. It's definitely in favour of Potato Boys for now. We can see actually that Agilitas do not have any wards in this Fire Giant area right now. And they've got no wards in their inventory. Someone needs to go back and pick some up sooner rather than later.
Yeah, but they're able to position right. I mean, there are some wards placed on the south side and on the north side. They've got wards around the Fire Giant, so they can sort of make deductions on where their opponents are. If they're not around the Fire Giant, they must be in the Fire Giant, right? So I like that, and it's sort of budget warding, because they know they can't take the Sentry Ward battle.
Well, right now we're going to see Suntouch split pushing once more down this left-hand side. If Potato Boys can buy enough time on this right-hand side, Suntouch is going to force somebody back to defend this Phoenix. It'll probably be Ataraxia again. And with that fight raging on down there, just keep an eye on Suntouch as the ward battles continue. Looking for aggression as Prime. He actually blinked in aggressively onto Durgis then, and didn't seem to make that one worthwhile. Blink's going to be on cooldown for Prime now.
Ataraxia has to recall to deal with Suntouch. They're not going to try for the 5v4. Damage onto Proxy, but Blink in from Durgius, looking for damage. Beads used, and that's going to be a cooldown from Durgius
good beads.
for 2. I mean, it's good beads, better cooldown. Suntouch rotates in. Pretty Prime in a lot of trouble, and Prime needs to find a way to do a lot of damage at the very least before he dies. Proxy, no, Arrow is going to take a lot of damage from Repicas, but now Confrey in the back gets crit, gets killed. Kanye and Repicas, they have to turn this. The snipe coming in from Ataraxia. He needs to get the cleanup. Repicas trying to get out, but not going to be able to. Ataraxia rolls away, but there's the last breath, and Proxy will get the kill. We'll get the fire shot. I mean, Kanye's still up. Like, maybe he could do something, but he's probably not going to do anything here.
So the reason that fight went so well for them, Cret, is they managed to burn the beads onto where we miss Suntouch getting aggressive. This is a big mistake. Kanye's going to find the kill on this. The minions should do the damage if they can. Oh, he's going to be able to lifesteal back up. That was close.
Yeah.
That was close. Lifesteal's so strong. But going back to that fight overall, Vulcan had the beads forced on him overall, and those beads set up the opportunity for Potato Boys to go aggressive. They deleted, to an extent, Vulcan. On the backside of that, Suntouch comes in with a rotation after forcing Ataraxia to left, and also gets Proxy to focus down Noir. So the magical damage on the team was deleted. That just left Repicas to be cleaned up, and Ataraxia having to rotate over was a little bit too late. It wasn't his fault more than anything else. That won them the fight, that got them on the tier 2 tower, and that also got them the Fire Giant. Potato Boys can now recall and look to try and bring down some Phoenixes and take this to a deciding game.
Well, the other thing was Pretty Prime didn't get his combat blink until now. I mean, you mentioned it. He blinked at Durgius. That was a regular blink, right, too, not a combat blink. So when he needed it in the fight, when he really needed it, he didn't have it. Confrey, honestly, has just been having a rough game. Died 7 times, and not most player damage in the game, and with a Vulcan, that's understandable, but it's sort of your job as Nuwa to be most player damage in the game, so definitely a rough match for Agilitas here. Still 19 kills to 18, but, you know, with Proxy coming online as well, and it's just really starting to look like Potato Boys have control. They did the same thing last week. I mean, they were able to pull it back in Game 2. Now the question is, can they take it? And then can they take Game 3 as well? Pushing in, Potato Boys are going to look for the 4-1 push.
Well, Arrow's going to push in the mid lane, Suntouch once again in the left-hand side. Got to keep pressure on that left-hand side as the rest of the team group mid, like as you say. Bring down that turret, and now with the minions pouring in, we're going to have a 1 versus 1 4v4 one more time. Adapting floating in the jungle, though, between the two lanes, looking for an opportunity either side possible. Suntouch is floating around the back as well. It's a good ward position there from Agilitas, actually, between those two lanes, just to keep it on the rotation. Good top from Kanye, though, finds 3 members. Replica's going aggressive onto Arrow, but Arrow gets away with the Path of Flames for now. Actually gets really far out the snipes from Ataraxia. Arrow actually used a combat blink there, which was a very good call from him because he was still in range of the Ataraxia snipes. And now with Suntouch using that ultimate back again, Potato Boys need to disengage for now.
Yeah, they're going to be able to hold it off for a bit. Repicas diving forward once. Suntouch gets the slow, forces the sprint. Turnaround Proxy's coming in. Got a good angle. Ambush in. Looking for Prime. And the Earthshaker is going to come out. Nice way to get out. Nuwa does a lot of damage as well. Ataraxia's going to roll back. It's starting to look good. But the double tap from Adapting now turning on to Prime. And with the Berserker Barrage, he's going to get Prime very, very low. The Vulcan stays... no, he's going to go down, gets a Magnum Bomb, and then falls. And Nuwa in trouble. Hindu Man Durgius is looking to clean this up.
They're looking to clean this up as well. There's no minions here, but with the Fire Giant buff on 4 members, they can definitely bring down this tier 2 tower. Dirge is going to tank it up a storm. Has the Talisman online as well, so he's going to be able to regen most of that. And here we go one more time. We go in again. Suntouch going to tank up this one. The Phoenix going to drop in the middle lane for now. Can they get more?
Yeah, I think they can. I think they can take the game. 19 seconds till Repicas, but by himself, is he going to be able to do enough? As he's really building more utility than anything. Durgius can tank the Titan for now. It will reset onto Adapting. It's fairly tanky as well, but the Titan at 50% health. Suntouch unleashing those abilities. Arrow's going to get the dash up. The Flame Wave soon, and the Titan will fall. Potato Boys take game 2, and we're going to a game 3.
Go into a game 3 this time round. Potato Boys come back strong against Agilitas. Agilitas had early issues with Nuwa in the solo lane. Had issues dealing with that Circuit crap.
Yeah, I had a lot of issues there. And, you know, I mean, the question is, game 3, it's even.
Game 3.
Agilitas are going to be taking first pick this time. And, or once again, all 3 games, actually.
Yeah, it's going to be all 3 games. So, guys, we'll be right back as soon as these guys are ready to go, and we're ready here. Once they're loaded in, we'll bring you the picks and bans for the final game of today in the EU Challenger Cup Week 2. Agilitas versus Potato Boys after this short break.